11 Sports and For the Fans welcomes you to the following presentation of the Simulation Football League.
Charleston, South Carolina. These captured from earlier today on this beautiful Labor Day, honoring and recognizing the American labor movement, especially here in 2020, where they've never been more valuable and appreciated. Now tonight, the 6-1 Nightwings and the 3-4 Predators go to work on their respective playoff hopes as we round the final turn of the regular season. Alongside Art Vandelay and Max Paul on stats, the Ramostradamus, Ramos Lynn providing analysis. I am play-by-play commentator Cameron Irvine. Ramos, how are you and what's on tap today?
Hi, I'm great, Cam. Thank you very much for having me once again. And this is two teams that are very similar. Two very good, powerful running backs, two quarterbacks with a lot of experience. They both have 4 receivers to throw the ball to. Defenses are stacked. Both defenses have 3 defensive linemen. Both defenses are very good in the passing defense. And I think the team that gets the most turnovers could win this ball game.
Coin toss coming up. Charleston in their all blacks tonight with the white numbers. A little bit of red trim on the side as they take a break from the blue, while Denver in blue tonight comes in the white jerseys with the blue numbers without lines. Denver wins the coin toss. They'll kick it away, and kickoff is coming up next on the other side of the break. You're watching the S15 11 Sports For the Fans. Fort Moultrie Memorial Stadium, the site for tonight's game. The 6-1 Denver Nightwings trying to keep pace with Louisiana at the top of the standings. Charleston's 3-4 trying to join the mess of 500 teams. Kick it, Kramer Jackman. We're underway. This 1 yard short of the end zone. Lance DeLake on the return. DeLake spins out past the 20 to the 25 to the 27-yard line. Ramos, it's a pick'em game tonight despite Charleston having a 3-game less record than Denver, sitting at 3-4, but the respect is real out of everybody in the SFL for this Charleston community, or this Charleston team. A very tough schedule to start, trying to come in their own down the stretch.
Yeah, and we are going to talk about a little bit more on how Charleston is very, very good at against teams that are west of the Louisiana area, so we're going to talk about more later.
T.D. Drew fires it outside, and a catch for Ken Maccaro picks up 5 yards to the 33. And let's meet the Charleston Predator offense that includes T.D. Drew, number 7 in his 4th season. Keith Swearingen, number 32 in his 5th season. The receivers, just 2 to keep an eye on tonight. Ken Maccaro and Buchanan Simons, 10 and 14 respectively. They're both in their 5th seasons, and Simons is the deep threat of the two. 2 tight ends, Lyric DaVinci, Jay Taylor, and the tackles, Fred Dukes, Butch Menor. This team plays tight on the line, and with a bunch of heavy sets, Drew, old school football, throws it across the middle, and the pass is knocked away and incomplete, swatted by Richie Leopold to force a 3rd down.
And it's going to be a very interesting matchup, Cam, because this team has 5 defensive backs, and I'm talking about Denver. They have 3 corners and 2 safeties, but what Charleston is going to force them to is go into those 4-3, 3-4 defensive sets, their base defense, and just as you said, ground and pound and try to, beat them in old school football. Sorry.
3rd down and 5 at the 33. Drew will stand in the pocket. Fire it deep down the field. Caught by Taylor. Taylor in a foot race with Vasquez. Will break a tackle and dance his way into the end zone. It's a late night party in Charleston for 6.
Man, what a throw and what a catch, and the effort to get to the end zone. When we talk about tight ends, they really look like wide receivers in the SFL camp nowadays. They have a lot of speed, they have a lot of strength, a lot of agility, and the safety just overplayed that ball, and Jay Taylor takes it all the way for 6. Jay Taylor, a very good tight end. They try to get the ball his way in 1st down. Didn't work, but they like the matchup. They get him deep for 6.
Paul Dillevue in the FTF Next chat said took the plus 20 on Charleston scoring on this drive, and he just got 20 points. Here on the Crowd Play Game of the Week, if you're playing for the first time out there, there's questions that'll be on your app throughout the night. The app is free to download. $1,000 prize pool split amongst 50 winners tonight as that extra point is up and good, and Charleston has a quick 7-0 lead. What a start for TD Drew and the Predators here at home.
Yeah, and this is why this is a pick'em. You know, Charleston is a team that is with a losing record right now. Denver, obviously, a league champion a couple seasons ago with 6-1 record. But you know, Charleston, when they are at home, they are just a very tough unit to beat. And you know, they started off hot in that first possession.
A 67-yard touchdown to Taylor, and look at that kickoff from Amanda Moyer. 9 yards deep in the end zone, maybe fighting a little wind here tonight, Ramos. You know all about that in all your years in the SFL.
Yeah, and it's going to be very interesting to see when teams go in that direction because a kick could very well win this game. There's a reason why this is a pick'em game. It's expected to be a very tight game, and if you're in that situation in the 4th quarter, a kick could win this ball game.
Kramer Jackman, one of the best kickers in league history. 3-2 defense, play action. Miller going long in double coverage, and it's incomplete. That time going for the tight end Mosley, but not one-on-one coverage like the opposite side.
Yeah, basically trying to do the same thing, and Corey Menner had a great coverage. He does a trailing technique right there and gets in front of the receiver, undercuts it right at the ball, gets there. Beautiful technique.
Josh Miller and Jared McChesney in the backfield for Denver. Fullback two back there, R.E. Mills. Keep an eye on him. Has more targets than any other fullback in the SFL. 3 receivers, Giacomo Jones, Bryce Battle, Logan Keel, 11, 14, and 82. Jeremy Mosley, the tight end at 84, and a couple of guards for Denver, Gene Benazzi and D'Amico Ryan to keep an eye on. This pass long, and it's cut off. Giacomo Jones looked wide open, but Johnny Bravo came out of nowhere to knock it away, and Miller's off to an 0-for-2 start, 3rd and 10.
And in this 3rd and 10, let's see if the Denver Nightwings go in a 5 wide receiver set or something. If not, as you said, the fullback, R.E. Mills, he has a lot of targets, and they light him up as a receiver, but they go 4 receivers, 1 tight end.
3rd down and 10, no runs here to start for Denver on the first 3 plays. Again, dime 3-2 for Charleston. Miller going long, and this one is caught. Logan Keel, the savvy veteran in his 6th SFL season, makes the catch for the first down. He is the oldest player on the field tonight, sans Jack Brown.
Yeah, and very good throw right there by Josh Miller on the outside shoulder. Basically, the only guy who could get that ball was Logan Keel, or that was incomplete, and Logan Keel doing a great job on catching that ball, and now another tight set here.
4-3 look here for Charleston. So Charleston stacking the box a bit more than they have in previous weeks. Swing out pass to R.E. Mills. Mills makes the catch. That's a pickup of 7. Tackle made by Josh Reese. But R.E. Mills is terrific in the passing game. 21 more targets than any other fullback in the SFL.
Yeah, and what they do is that they line him up in the open space, Cam. What they did on that play, just a throw to the flat, and there was nobody there. You know, players were covering the receivers and the tight ends. 2nd and
3, first handoff to McChesney, and Hoffman says, oh my goodness, he's out. He's out in the middle of the field as he gets to the Charleston 45-yard line. Hoffman chased him down, but other Predators in there on the tackle.
And that's the first run of the game. We've had about 5 or 6 different throws, actually 7 throws before that first carry, and 2 very good running backs. Let's see if we see some balance, or are we going to see passing game throughout.
4-3 defense out of Charleston as Miller will hand the ball off to McChesney. Hoffman makes the tackle, pickup of 1. This a very important storyline to watch as Hoffman very slow to get up. In how Charleston defends McChesney, Ramos, only one team has held McChesney in check this season, and more on them in a moment, but still got to stop Jared. 2nd down and 9 at the 44-yard line. Miller changing the play with 2 in the backfield. Charleston jumps offside, and the man who jumped offside makes the tackle. That's Joseph Sabolka.
Yeah, and you know, talking about Denver, they run the ball really well with McChesney, but on the flip side, Charleston has had problems stopping the run, especially between the tackles. They have not been the best at stopping the run, and you know, that's why Jerry McChesney, if you give him the ball, if he gets in a rhythm, he could be very dangerous in this game.
But Sabolka, Ramos, is a man among boys. Sacks 3 straight weeks.
Yeah, and Sabolka is a guy who really doesn't have much of like pass rushing moves. He just basically gets one-on-one against a center or a guard and just overpowers him. He's a big man, as you can see right there, just overpowering the center. And again, on that one, just very patient, beating the tackle one-on-one, getting to the quarterback for a big sack, making a 4th down situation. He's a clutch player, Cam. You know, every time you need a big play, that's Joseph Sabolka getting a sack, getting ahead on the quarterback, and just getting those 4th down situations.
Sabolka here just all of a sudden in E.T. King's face. Not a flashy guy on the defensive front, but he is just a force to be reckoned with. And that time a little happy to get in the backfield.
Yeah, and it's a guy that, you know, one-on-one situations, you know, it's over for most offensive linemen because of how big Sabolka is, and he just, again, overpowers him, just basically bull rushes him. The offensive lineman gets to the quarterback.
2nd and 4, the 39, play fake, Miller down the middle, caught Ari Mills. 1st down to the 28-yard line, and Mills already has 2 receptions tonight, the leading Nightwing receiver into the red zone. Or into the scoring zone, I should say.
Yeah, and Ari Mills, again, is line up as a slot receiver, and they just basically put him in open space as a delay, handoff play action, and then just throw the ball wide open to Ari Mills, middle of the field.
This pass is out to McChesney, and McChesney took a while to get going. Nice open field tackle by Johnny Bravo. I think one of the more underrated corners in the SFL forces a 2nd and 9.
Yeah, and every time I have gotten to broadcast the Charleston game, Bravo has a big game. I remember the last time I did, he had 3 interceptions, and he's just a great shutdown corner. He plays in that CB2 position, so it's a very important assignment here against Logan Keel.
2nd down and 9 at the 27 for Miller. 4 wide again, play fake. Miller going long down the middle again, caught! 1st down to the 4-yard line, and that one hauled in by Bryce Battle. And Miller, on a variety of different play-action plays, has Denver inside the 5. The Nightwings, the best play-action team in the SFL.
And again, Ari Mills was wide open, but good job by Josh Miller reading his routes and just finding Bryce Battle deep. And Bryce Battle can be, I think, one of the most underrated receivers in the SFL. He shows up big for every game, plays hard, and has been, Josh Miller's favorite target for many years.
1st and goal with the 4, hand off McChesney, and McChesney is picked up and thrown down. That is the defensive tackle there in the trenches opposite of Sabolka. Bob Mallett with the takedown.
Yeah, good stop. I mean, if he doesn't make that stop, that's probably a touchdown, as Charleston in this situation implementing their goal line defense. It looks man-to-man, Cam, here.
See that matchup at the top of the screen there on Giacomo Jones. They're going to hand it off to McChesney. McChesney up the middle. Gets into the end zone for a score. Touchdown, Denver. They respond.
Yeah, what a response here on the road, and they had to work for it. They had a 3rd down and long. They get the ball to Logan Keel for a 1st down. Ari Mills gets a couple catches. They really spread the ball around. A very long drive ends up in a score. That was a 11-play drive there, Cam. For a score here on the road.
For everybody that said no to the crowd play question of will the game be tied after 0-0, you're hoping for a blocked extra point here. Kramer Jackman is the kicker for Denver. High snap, And a perfect kick from Jackman. The extra point is good, and we're tied again, 7-7, with 5:43 to go in the first quarter. More crowd play questions coming up. We'll get a look at the leaderboards here coming up soon and give you some shout-outs. You're watching the SFL on 11 Sports and For the Fans. We'll be right back. Art Vandelay and Madi RX in the stats truck tonight, and Art letting us or reminding us that Jared McChesney has eclipsed 7,000 career rushing yards on that drive. So congratulations to Jared McChesney, who has had a terrific career, of course, capped off by that championship one just last October, about a year ago.
Yeah, and his performance against the Alaska Storm when they were the Alaska Storm in that championship would always be forgotten, but Jared McChesney was just as tremendous in that game, and a great player, even a better person. He was with us with the Aztecs a few years ago, and he's just an A-plus guy all around.
First down and 10. First handoff for Keith Swearingen tonight, and we'll get a look at the Denver Nightwings defense. Defensive tackle in the middle, Des Troyer, one to watch for, number 99 on the end. Marlon Marshall and Michael Rochester hold it down. Linebackers Richie Leopold and Adam Wiseman, bit of youth up front in that front seven. Corners Matt Papineau, Nick Kindler, and Rosca Santagria, the stat man. And free safety Josh Vasquez, strong safety Maurice Lloyd round out the defensive unit. Vasquez, the veteran of the group in his 5th season. Toss out to Swearingen, cuts on a dime, breaks a tackle, and Swearingen keeps the legs churning like the Energizer Bunny for a first down.
Great play by Swearingen, but I want to spotlight Buchanan Simons. Look at the receiver, number 14, bam! On the linebacker, really springing Keith Swearingen for a first down.
Nicely done. That was the outside linebacker, Sam Blanchek, getting checked on the perimeter.
Yeah, a great play and a great design by the Charleston Predators, almost like a screen pass, where they just dump it off to the running back and let the receiver and the offensive lineman make some blocks.
First and 10 at the 31. Look at the space between the receivers and where the corners were standing. Drew cannot get rid of it. Sacked for a loss of 7 yards. The first negative play of the night for either team. Michael Rochester with the takedown.
Yeah, great play by the defense here of the Denver Nightwings. Only a 4-man rush, no blitz, but getting to the quarterback and unable to get rid of it, TD Drew. And 2nd and 17, it's very difficult to convert against this Denver defense. They have very good safety play, and it's just not easy to convert on those deep situations.
4:08 to go in the first. High snap for TD Drew. All kinds of time. Hit as he threw the pass a little bit under, but into a crowd of about 5 different Nightwings. Vasquez there. I think Taylor was the intended target again. 3rd and long coming up. This is Simon's territory.
Yeah, and they try to get Taylor on some sort of a post route here on 2nd and long, and worked a deep throw in the previous drive for a touchdown, but well covered on that one. And as you said, Buchanan Simons could be really the man to spotlight here on 3rd and long for maybe a deep post route or something.
He's at the top of the screen there as Drew is looking the other way. That pass is caught, but a nice open field tackle by Papineau leaves Maccaro shy of the sticks by 2, and we'll see our first punt of the night. Drew nearly 100 yards in the first quarter.
Not a bad play by Charleston, actually a really nice play design, but just 2 yards shy of the first down. Good tackle by the Denver defense, and they're going to get the ball back. The wind is on Charleston's side, so they're hoping for a good punt at least.
On Denver's first drive, McChesney had 14 yards on 4 carries. He had 1 reception for 1 yard. Charleston may be taking a play or taking some plays out of their rival, the Carolina Skyhawks, the only team to shut McChesney down sub 100 yards. How do they do it, Ramos?
Well, they really spotlighted Jared McChesney on that one. As you can see, it's a tight set. They dump it up, but the corner is right there to make a tackle for a loss. So they do have a player man-to-man against him. Here we go again, 4-4 defense here for Carolina. And it's just a lot of penetration, a lot of just pushing the line. Linebackers are ready to make a stop just shy of the first down. And on the next play here that we're going to see, it's pretty much a goal line situation, nickel defense, man-to-man right there. It's a play action. They tried to throw it to McChesney, but it was blanketed, and the defense of Carolina does its job, gets to the quarterback. And that's basically the best play and their favorite play that Denver has. That play action pass didn't work against the Carolina defense on that situation, and they really have, and Charleston really needs to take a look at that and try to stop it the same way.
Carolina lost that game, but they have been the only ones really to slow down McChesney, and so far tonight, Charleston doing just that in a tie game at 7-7. 3:21 to go in the first quarter. Miller on another play action fake, fires outside to Jones. Jones pass caught for 9 yards. Jack Brown trails him and makes the stop.
Yeah, and what Denver really likes about that play is that it has very diverse route trees and a lot of different reads for Josh Miller. With that delay play action, he gets enough space for the rush not to get to him. And he has an out route, he has a pose, he has a go. I mean, depending on how the defense reacts, Josh Miller has most of the time an open man and tries to hit him.
And when you have a guy like McChesney, the play action game is a serious weapon. Again, 3-2 look here for Charleston as Denver's got them all spread out. 3 minutes to go in the first. Miller throws. Miller facing pressure. Saboka came out of nowhere, and the pass was thrown too early, and Reese jumps the route.
That's beautiful coverage by Josh Reese. He plays a clue technique on that one. So basically, he reads the man, off man. It's not press. He reads the off man and underneath. He can be aggressive because he has some help on the outside. So he can be aggressive, undercut the route, and get the interception.
First down and 10 at the Nightwing 41. Excellent field position now for the Predators off the first turnover of the game. And that pass long to Maccaro. Maccaro eating up the Nightwings here. 39 yards on 3 receptions. The primary target for Drew tonight, and it's another Charleston first down.
Yeah, really great pocket presence there by the quarterback, TD Drew, just stepping up in the pocket, get good protection, and a perfect pass to Ken Maccaro. Double coverage. Gets him perfectly for a first down, and Charleston again in scoring position. I would like for him to run the ball here, maybe with Keith Swearingen on first down, try to control the pace.
Drew M. has 65 points so far in our crowd play game of the week. Tara S. at 60. Daniel K. at 55. Jeffrey D. I think that's Jeffrey Daggs with 50 points in 4th place currently as Drew fires it outside to Swearingen, and Swearingen is dropped for no gain. Adam Wiseman on the tackle. If you're not playing crowd play, it's not too late. Download the app for free, play for free, and win money for free. And the Beat the Crowd end of quarter game for an instant winnings of $10 is coming up at the end of the quarter.
Yeah, participate if you can. Just grab your cell phone. It's super easy. Just, answer the questions. A lot of questions are very simple. Just, hey, will this team score in this possession? And you just have to answer yes or no. And,
will they score? Almost, yes. They did get a first down there. Lyric Da Vinci with his first catch to the 8-yard line, and Charleston's moving. Drew is 6 for 8 for 116 yards in quarter one.
That's a big pants throw right there, Cam, under pressure, and just throws the perfect pass before the safety gets there. A great catch also by the tight end, and both tight ends for Charleston really showing out here.
90 seconds to go in the first quarter, and the Predators trying to take full advantage of the Josh Reese interception of quarterback Josh Miller. 7 in the box for the Nightwings. Swearingen in the backfield. Swearingen takes the handoff. Wiseman in the chase position, and a 3-yard gain for Swearingen. Wiseman ends up helping to make the tackle at the end. 2nd and goal.
And this is the position where, Denver, they out to Swearingen. They like to stretch the defense a little bit, man-to-man coverage here. So maybe a swing pass here to Keith Swearingen on an outside run.
Second down and goal at the 4. Drew back to pass. Deep drop back and sack for a 9-yard loss. The sack comes from the defensive tackle, Logan Mack. That's the 4th guy on the line in this 4-3 look.
And they try to get it to Swearingen, but a great coverage by the linebacker, man-to-man coverage, and the linebacker speed to shadow the running back. And TD Drew had nobody to throw it to, and just eat a sack. It's better than getting intercepted here.
If Ed Castle would have done any more on that, the center definitely would have been holding as he was trying his best to keep Mack away from Drew. Now all of a sudden a 3rd down and goal at the 13. Swearingen split out wide. He's open in the flat, but Drew going for it all. It's a touchdown. Simon says 6.
What a pass, and I'm very shocked that was not intercepted. As we see on the replay, number 43, Maurice Lloyd. Yeah, he had it almost, and TD Drew just squeezes it in a window for a touchdown. What a catch by Buchanan Simons. His first target of the game goes for 6.
Maurice Lloyd signed a couple of weeks ago for the departing Barry Barkley. It looked like it went right through the digits and into 14's chest. What a throw from TD Drew, taking the chance, and Simons delivers on the back end of the play, and Charleston's got a 14-7 lead.
And Denver, I mean, they really need to respond, just like they did on the previous time Charleston scored. They really need to respond because the offense of the Predators has been very impressive. TD Drew already went 143 yards passing in the first quarter, 80%, 8 out of 10, with a perfect quarterback rating, Cam, 158.3.
Not often you see a perfect QBR as Moyer boots another one deep into the end zone. 19 seconds here on the first quarter clock. Denver chasing Louisiana, but one of 2 one-loss teams. Charleston at 3-4, right on the bubble. They'd love to join the 6 other 3-4 teams that have won this week.
Yeah, and you have very good competition around there. Arizona, Chicago, beat any given week, and Charleston doesn't want to fall behind.
1st and 10 at the 20. Miller fires it outside to McChesney. And once again, McChesney is tackled on first contact. That's Reese, only a 5-yard gain. Charleston, a very good tackling secondary, which is not a good matchup for McChesney, and that will end the first quarter of play. Denver 7, Charleston 14. The Predators giving the Nightwings all they can handle here at the Fort. We're back in 60 seconds. You're watching the SFL, or 2 minutes rather. You're watching the SFL on 11 Sports and For the Fans, the Crowd Play Game of the Week. Welcome back to the Fort here in Charleston, South Carolina, with Max Paul and Art Vandelay on stats. Ramos Lynn providing analysis. I'm play-by-play commentator Cameron Irvine. 2nd down and 5 at the 25 for Miller. Flips it out to McChesney. McChesney's got some room. McChesney hit by Reese and dropped, but not before he gets the first down to the 31.
Yeah, and a great job right there on the play design, and good job by McChesney getting down, dance his way around, just going straight forward, get the first, and move the chains.
Just starting the second quarter here, incredibly competitive game so far, as the Predators have really shown up to play tonight with some new wrinkles in their game plan. Miller fires it outside, caught by Mosley. Mosley's got a first down to the 42-yard line. Back-to-back first down plays for the Night Wings. No slouches on offense tonight either. Miller, while his QBR is not perfect, is 8 for 11 for 81 yards.
Yeah, and a great route by the tight end. That was an out route, about an 8-yard out route, and you need really, good agility and good speed to make it happen and get open, because if not, the corner is going to be just way faster than you and can undercut the route.
9 for 12 for 93 yards now. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Handoff McChesney on a stretch. McChesney caught from behind. Saboka couldn't make the tackle, but Reese and Hoffman cleaned it up. Well, this Charleston team, one of 13 teams entering Week 8 with a 3-4 record. What's interesting, Ramos, was what we found out about what happens to teams traveling west here.
Yeah, every team that is on the west of the Mississippi River traveling to Charleston has lost, except Denver a few years ago when they won 16-6. So it's a very hostile environment when teams west of the Mississippi travel to the Charleston home.
Something about those, I think you might have to take some connecting flights, or maybe some smaller flights to get into Charleston, maybe then, or have to go to Charlotte, or whatever the travel plans are. But Denver handled that well. That's since Charleston, or since Indianapolis moved to Charleston, that has affected Western teams. And they were 6 teams entering the week with 13 turnovers too. So Charleston, very middle of the road in a lot of categories this season, but trying to break away from that standing. 3rd down and 2, offside, 2nd for Charleston of the night, and McChesney blasts the Predators, and by the end of the play, 4 Predators were on the ground, and that'll be a first down.
Good job by the offensive line there by the Night Wings. And this is what Denver needs to do. I mean, they need to have that balance. Josh Miller has 13 throwing attempts, and Jerry McChesney now with 6 rushing attempts. So, I would like to see McChesney get about 15 by halftime, about 13 to 15 by halftime, and try to make it more balanced, give their defense a rest.
1st down and 10 at the Charleston 44. Denver on their 7th play of the drive here. 35 yards on the first 6 plays. Play fake for Miller. Fires it outside Jones. Jones turns back and gets a first down. You've seen that play out of Denver so much over the years, Ramos, but how many times has Giacomo been able to turn back upfield?
Yeah, not many, and this is just how on timing those receivers have that play. It's just basically they do it without thinking it almost. It's just their bread and butter play, and they execute it better than anybody in the league.
Clay Jones, a Defensive Rookie of the Year candidate from Jacksonville, beat the crowd at the end of the first quarter. Miller's pass through the zone is caught by Mosley. Reese yet another tackle, but Denver back in the red zone, and the Night Wings quarterback Miller now 12 of 15.
Yeah, that's another great route by Mosley, and a better throw here by Josh. Right where the receiver is the only one who can get the ball outside of the safety for a big first down, and now the Denver Night Wings in Charleston territory. And the red zone.
Both quarterbacks have hit 5 different receivers in the first half, and all of their top talent on the offensive side of the ball as McChesney takes a carry, and number 43 for Charleston, Corey Menner, makes the tackle. But that very impressive from both quarterbacks, able to mix the ball around.
Yeah, and that's the balance that they need to have. And they have, in the Denver side, they have R.A. Mills, they have plays. Chesney is the workhorse in the backfield, but the receivers get basically the same love. It's just out routes and swings and outs, and it's just a lot of balance on that playbook.
McChesney takes a handoff, looking a little sluggish here towards the back half of this drive. Zach Lay with the tackle. That was the 10th play of the drive for Denver here on the 11. Third down.
Yeah, and McChesney's still on the field, but that's that formation, Cam, and they that play and it's their bread and butter, as I said, and they just do it like nobody's business.
Play fake. Miller, end zone, knocked away at the last minute by Josh Reese, who's having himself a heck of a game. Bryce Battle, the intended target, and I thought there for a split moment that Battle was going to make that play, and Reese forces a Jackman field goal.
Yeah, if that ball was thrown a fraction of a second earlier, that could have been a touchdown, but just in time, Josh Reese makes the deflection, as you said, already with an interception, having a heck of a first quarter, or first half rather, and making another deflection, and Denver will have to kick a field goal and pull within 4.
28-yard chipper here for Jackman. And the field goal is good. A kicker that has never missed in the regular season puts yet another one through the uprights with 6:49 to go in the first half. Don't go anywhere. A tight one here to wrap up Week 8 of the SFL's 15th anniversary season. Charleston 14, Denver 10. You're watching the Week 8 crowd play game of the week on 11 Sports and For the Fans. .649 to go in the first half from Charleston, South Carolina. The 6-1 Denver Nightwings trailing 14-10. If you're new to the Simulation Football League, you're watching the first controllerless esport where strategy and AI instead of thumbs determines outcome. Teams submit game plans prior to the simulation, and the results play out live in real time with hundreds of viewers turn players, scouts, coaches, and team owners on the field to create an all new kind of virtual reality. Visit simulationfl.net for more information. Chat shoutouts to Kramer SN, Man Robinson, Zero Rising, Epic Esports, Mask on Crack, Mighty Joe Young 1988. That pass is tipped and intercepted by Denver. Going the other way, the first turnover. That's Richie Leopold with the interception.
And as tremendous as TD Drew has been all game long, that was a horrible pass. That's double coverage, trying to get Lyric Da Vinci in a post route, and that's about triple or quadruple coverage, Cam. That just was not a good idea, as Denver is already again in scoring position. Now, the wind is on Denver's side, so this is already Kramer Jackman's range for sure.
Mighty Joe Young 1988, Rizabit, the Eruption, that's Jack Brown, also in the chat, many others. Thanks for being here tonight. First down and 10, 6:39 to go in the first half. Trips off the right side, handoff to McChesney. McChesney breaks off Zach Lay and gets a first down, his longest run of the night for 18 yards. And Cameron Curtis of Epic Esports in the chat earlier saying the last 5 carries for McChesney, 1, 2, 1, and 4 yards. Not that one.
Yeah, and Charleston has done a great job with that play. Very good patience by McChesney as he destroys a defender on that one. And Denver really trying to get this momentum of the game on their side already in the red zone.
Epic Esports on YouTube covers the SFL, does a great job, and appreciate all of his hard work during the major and minor league seasons as McChesney breaks off another tackle, picks up 8. He's starting to get moving down to the Charleston 10.
And it's like a bowling ball, just taking down pins on that play as a safety, try to make a stop. But it's tough when you have a guy like Jerry McChesney. It's tough to stop him one-on-one against a safety or a corner. You really need to overwhelm number 32 to bring him to the ground.
2nd and 2 at the 10. 5.5 to go in the second quarter. Look at McChesney dropped in the backfield. How often do you see that? Really nice push up front by Charleston. That's number 57, Tommy Zanardi, the outside linebacker who makes the stop. He had a pick 6 last week.
Yeah, Tommy Zanardi has had a very good season overall. One of the bright spots of this Charleston team so far this year. And look out for a slant here, Cam.
3rd and 3. Miller looking down the middle. Pass caught. Logan Keel. Ramos Trodamus is 1 for 1. We got to get you a graphic like the Rick meter. Is Miller now 13 of 17.
Good job by the Denver Nightwings offense, and good job by the offensive coordinator, because he was off man. So they put Logan Keel as a flanker. They put him 1 step behind the line of scrimmage, so it's a free release, and you can get him on a slant on an open space.
Got to get you dressed up in the psychic garb and get our photographer down there. Miller sacked. Saboka 4 weeks in a row. The big defensive lineman gets in the backfield, and he flexes for the cameras.
And again, it's a typical Sabolka sack. It's nothing flashy, nothing out of the ordinary. Just overpower his man, get to the quarterback, and bring him to the ground as they go in the same formation. So maybe they're going to try to do a slant again.
Play fake. Miller dumps it off to McChesney through his hands, and Saboka crushed him. If the ground had a hole, Miller would have fell through it. 3rd and goal.
And good defensive play again by the Predators all around. Not only Sabolka, but they had the perfect coverage for every route that the Denver Nightwings showed. And Denver will have to, again, kick a field goal. And this is a major victory for the Charleston defense.
Ramos.
Oh, sorry, that's a third. Sorry.
Calling this 3rd down to not be a touchdown.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
Four receivers.
Wow.
Let's see what Ramos has in his bag of tricks here. From the 7-yard line, Miller back to pass. Miller fires slant, caught, touchdown,
Wow.
Jones. And Denver says poo-poo to your field goal, and they take the lead.
I'm sorry. I apologize. I did not look correctly at the down. I'm sorry. I was looking at the wrong thing. But a great slant route. And I'm not sure about this Charleston defensive play right there. It was a lot of space in a short down situation, and it was an easy pitch and catch on the slant.
Nightwings' first lead of the night, and on an over-under 57.5, we are on track to hit the over as Jackman's extra point is up and good. 17-14. Denver has the lead.
You know, it was a reverse, psychology there.
It's either the broadcaster's jinx and ends up in an interception, or it's a broadcaster's jinx for Carolina or for Charleston. Either way, somebody's going to be upset. Jackman kicks it away. I'm not upset. Very good for entertainment. Amanda Moyer takes a knee. Get your player position locked and loaded today through our Discord server in the SFL Minor League, SFLM. There's more opportunities than ever to be a player you've always wanted to be. Join the Discord community through Simulationfl.net. The second season of the SFL Minor League starts in October 2020, and to be more specific, October 9th, 2020. Contact Deputy Commissioner Andrew Rastelli on Discord for more information. First down and 10 at the 20-yard line. 4 wide here for Drew. He'll hand it off to Swearingen. Swearingen is crushed in the backfield, a loss of 1. Last drive, Joseph Sabolka was a big part of that drive. Des Troyer has been a little quiet tonight, but these two guys outplaying their rookie seasons in a big way.
Yeah, and Troyer right now is 3rd in the league amongst defensive tackles with 9 sacks so far, and last season he had 6 all year long. Sabolka already with a couple of sacks in this games, already has 8 on the year, and they have been tremendous, a big part of their defenses.
Swearingen takes a dump-off pass and gets nothing. Neither first-round picks either. Sabolka drafted in the second round a couple of 1 year back, a couple seasons back, and then Des Troyer picked up in the middle of the season as a kind of replacement off the practice squad. So these guys really killing it for their squads. 3rd down and 11 at the 19-yard line. Drew back to pass, clean pocket, fires short. Oh, Taylor almost caught it, and he had a bunch of room to run. Instead, it's a 3-and-out for the Predators for the first time tonight, and Denver's starting to cut their teeth on defense.
Yeah, they really are, and that's an interesting play design. They had two tight ends basically on the same piece of grass, and a defender was able to cover both of them effectively. So, Charleston may want to just spread them a little bit more and just try to get a couple of open men.
The crowd play jingles signaling the updated standings are in. Drew M is ahead right now with 110 points. Tara S has 100. Daniel K with 100. And Clayton J with 95. Jeffrey Dagg still in 5th place at 90. And new questions are ready now. You can download that app for free and play. And if you haven't been playing yet so far tonight, neither have I, and I'm in 81st place, so you still have plenty of time to get into that top 50, get some winnings, and who knows, you can take your special someone out for dinner with all that cash you could win tonight. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line. Miller deep ball, double coverage picked off. Zach Lay with the interception, and Denver gives it right back.
Yeah, that's a very bad read right there by Josh. Need a slant route and instead try to force it into double coverage as Zach Lay and Johnny Bravo. Beautiful technique by both of them. Johnny Bravo cuts it underneath and plays a trail position, and the safety goes deep as he's supposed to. They just overwhelm the receiver, get the interception, and Charleston gets momentum back.
3 minutes to go in the first half. Denver 17, Charleston 14. What an impressive performance by both of these squads here so far tonight. Simons at the bottom of the screen has been a little quiet. Back to pass, flip out to Swearingen, and Swearingen cut down. He has really not had a ton of room to run. We've talked a lot about what Charleston's defense has to do to McChesney, but so far tonight, Denver's defense has held Swearingen to 15 total yards on 7 touches.
Yeah, and they are doing a great job all around. Denver with a lot of momentum here. That interception may have shifted this momentum for Charleston, but ever since the first play when they got a deep throw for a touchdown, or the first passing play, they really have not been able to beat the Denver Nightwings deep.
2-yard loss. There's Wiseman again. Wiseman is up. Nope, check that. That's actually who was that? That was Blanchek that made the tackle.
Yeah,
surprisingly,
number 59.
Wiseman's been everywhere. That 9
Yeah,
looked like a 5. I kid you not.
Yeah, and a 3 looked like a 4, so sometimes it's a 3rd down or a 4th down, Cam.
Yeah, touche. 3rd down and 11. Drew off of his back foot, pass caught, and a late hit on Simons. Simons gets up and says, "You can't do that." 15-yard penalty for a 1st down.
Yeah, and you only have to touch him, but the defender just dove. It was like WWE or something, and just hit hard. And the man, as we're going to take a look at the replay, as the safety just does the backpedaling and dives into the man instead of just touching him down.
Helmet
you can
first.
do that. That's 15 yards.
Leads with the helmet there on the side, and Maurice Lloyd having a tough night here so far for this Denver defense after Simon scored the touchdown. Hasn't had a catch since, but Lloyd there with a costly penalty puts Charleston at the 37-yard line, and we've reached a break. The 2-minute warning. Denver 17, Charleston 14 on the Crowd Play Game of the Week. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and For the Fans. We'll be right back. 2 minutes to go in the first half. Denver 17, Charleston 14. Nightwings protecting their first lead of the night, but a late hit penalty tacked on 15 yards to the 19-yard reception over the middle by Simons, and Swearingen is dropped in the backfield. A 3-yard loss. Troyer makes the tackle, and Charleston doing all their damage through the air, and that's going to be costly in the second half. They can't get the run game going, Ramos.
Yeah, I agree. And this is a very important set of downs here, Cam. Win this against Charleston here, so they need to move the ball about 10 yards to be in field goal range, as opposed to just moving the ball to about the 34-35 yard line.
Deep ball, Drew caught by Simons. First down to the 21, a pickup of 22 yards. Drew for 180 today, continues to connect now, 12 of 16 on the night, and Simons has really stepped it up tonight. That is his third reception, and all of them have been critical.
Yeah, beautiful throw there by TD Drew, hitting Buchanan Simons on the post route and moving the chains for a first.
4-3 defense. Charleston's offense operating quickly, but again, Swearingen can't do anything. Wiseman on the stop. Swearingen now has -1 yards on 6 carries tonight. Second down and 10 at the 20, 55 seconds to go in the second quarter. Drew, 3-step drop, pressured. Troyer gets in the backfield, and he gets a sack. Now 10 on the season, and the Predators forced to burn a timeout.
Yeah, what a play, what a push by Des Troyer, the goal defensive tackle. As we're going to take a look at the replay, plays a one-gap defense as he goes against the center, against the side of the center, gets a rip move in, and gets to the quarterback for a sack. And again, this is very important. 3rd and 14, what do? Do you throw the ball deep and test the safeties, or do you just check it down, play for the field goal? 2 tight end set as they normally do. Probably something to Taylor or Da Vinci here.
3rd and 14 at the 24-yard line. Watch the tight ends. Nope, they flip it outside, and Maccaro runs the route way too wide, and that'll end in a field goal. Could have been worse for Charleston. They definitely need some points here, but not what they were looking for.
Yeah, and important because they leave 48 seconds on the clock, and again, Denver has the win on their side. Kramer Jackman is good already, so with the win on his side, maybe they need to just get to the 38, 39-yard line, about the 38, and attempt a 55. He has a long of 56 already on his resume, so Denver just needs to get the ball to about that spot.
41-yard field goal for Moyer. That kick is up and good. That's only a couple of completions for Denver to get into Jackman range with that wind at his back. So this will be a critical defensive possession coming up here for the Denver Nightwings in a tie ball game, 17-17. Want more SFL content? Our Discord community has podcasts, articles, and highlights about the league, its teams, and its players. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Simulationfl and visit our website at simulationfl.net for more news, features, and information. Shout out to Ashley Jackson, who got her show known as AJ Striker and SFL Nights syndicated on radio this week. So congratulations to her as Battle returns it out of the 21-yard line with 40 seconds to go. And Bryce Battle, we talked about him being an underrated receiver. Buchanan Simons as well. They're actually the only 2 receivers in the top 5 of yards per reception. They are a pair of deep threat guys.
Yeah, and the other are tight ends. So they're, Jamal Wooding, Phil Cos, Mike Dax on that said they're all tight ends, and they're receivers. They go deep, and Buchanan Simons has had already a post route and a deep touchdown. That's the man who can get the big yardage.
Pass is caught for a 6-yard pickup by Mosley, but a bit of a dangerous throw thrown into the flat, and I think Denver may be pumping the brakes. They don't want to do anything crazy.
Yeah, and the clock's still ticking. I think Denver could have called a timeout because they had a pretty successful play, but just trying to play like cat and mouse. You don't want to get intercepted or something and have the ball going the other way.
2nd and 4, the 27 handoff to McChesney, gets a lead block from Mills, but McChesney ends up shy of the first down. I think if he would have gotten it, we would have seen the timeout, but instead, that's the end of the first half, and we are tied at 17 in the Crowd Play Game of the Week, living up to the billing, unlike last week when Baltimore exploded there at the end of the second quarter and made that game a rout. This one a good one, Ramos, and we're about to get our first half stats and highlights. What'd you think?
Yeah, a very tight game, as you can see in the rushing yards. That's a right there. No, 1 rushing yard for Keith Swearingen, but overall pretty balanced. The first downs on Denver's side, but total yards pretty even, time of possession pretty even, all things considered. And on the previous play cam, Jack Brown had a tackle. That's his third tackle of the game, and he ties Pablo Zamora for 12th all time. So congratulations to Jack Brown on the milestone, and very good linebacker, very good pair of linebackers that this team has. But as we take a look at the replay here, at the plays, Jerry McChesney with a big touchdown, Jack Brown a little bit too late, and that's been the story. It's been a game where both teams are just showing their best. Denver with the best probably defensive performance rushing wise of their season, and Charleston has been able to connect deeper a couple times. So good game, and when we have a 17-17 tie.
Does the one rushing yard for Charleston concern you, Ramos? And where do you see maybe some holes in the Nightwing defensive game plan tonight where he might be able to run through? I haven't seen very many.
Yeah, it doesn't concern me that much because TD Drew has had a very, very good game. They've had a couple of plays that look essentially like runs. TD Drew, 12 out of 17 for 182 yards and 2 scores. He has a QBR of 120.2, so the passing game is working really well, and because of that, yeah, you want Keith Swearingen to have more success on the ground, but even if he doesn't have a big second half, I think Charleston could still win this game.
Well, the leaderboards have shifted on crowd play here. Drew M is first, 170 points tonight, trying to win his piece of the $1,000 prize pool. Tara S now in second with 160 points, 155 for Danica Z. Isaac Z has 154.17, just shy. And Thomas D with 152 points. That's your top 5 tonight on the Crowd Play app. Download for free. Play for free. Makes the game a whole lot more interesting, especially if you don't have a dog in this fight between Denver and Charleston here tonight.
Yeah, you can chill, just watch a great game and then play along. A lot of very interesting questions. You have to really pay a lot of attention in the game, how it's going, and if you're right, you can get some serious money.
Next week, we head to Denton, Texas, and the Mexico City Aztecs will be at Lone Star for the Crowd Play Game of the Week. That is Sunday night, or Sunday afternoon, rather, at 5 p.m. Eastern here on FTF and 11 Sports. As the second half is underway, and Bryce Battle will take a knee. And we've seen a touchback in that end zone, Ramos, every single kick, as the Nightwings will start from the 20.
Yeah, the wind just really playing a big factor against these returners. And Denver is in a good position right now where they have the ball here to start the second half. They've been pretty good as of late. Jerry McChesney with 46 yards in that first half. Josh Miller, 15 out of 21 for 147. And, they've moved the ball pretty well.
McChesney takes the handoff, picks up 5. A combo stop there by Reese and Lay. Ooh, McChesney kind of holding his shoulder to the side there.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that he fell on that shoulder, but fine. So I don't think that's going to hamper him much.
51 yards on 13 carries for McChesney. 4-3 defensive look. They shift right, do the linebackers. Now to the outside. Jack Brown there, the left side of the line. That pass swung out to McChesney. McChesney gets through one, and I think anticipating a tackle, Josh Reese got out of position. Brown cleans it up, but it's a first down to the 38-yard line for McChesney.
Yeah, that's all McChesney. He didn't get much blocking there, but makes two people miss. What a big contact right there as Jack Brown gets his 4th tackle of the game and now moves into that sole 12th position, overtaking Pablo Zamora on the all-time leaderboards. And good job by Denver moving the chains for a first down.
First down and 10 at the 38-yard line. I formation here for Miller. 2 in the back, or 2 spread out wide for the Nightwings. Miller fires it outside to McChesney. McChesney breaks a tackle and gets away. Jared McChesney, that is why he's so dangerous. Out of the Predator 46-yard line. One guy missed him, and one guy got run over.
In the first half, Jared McChesney had a good run between the tackles where he just destroyed a safety. And this is basically the position that Denver is putting their running back now. It's just get that one-on-one against a corner of safety, and you know that a good percentage of the time he's just going to run over that first man and get positive yardage.
Josh Miller has now passed Jacques Luyendula for 13th all-time on the SFL passing leaders as Miller flips it out to McChesney, who breaks another tackle and picks up 5. And looks like Jeffrey Daggs beat the crowd at halftime. More money for those koalas, Ramos.
That's nice. That's very, very good. And congratulations to him. Again, great guy, great player as well. Very happy for him now.
Tons of teams and players in the SFL participating in charity works and in the playoffs. We'll give you an update on all that has been donated across the league. The SFL cares about its communities locally and nationally and internationally. Rich Pratchard, big on local communities. Our broadcaster and fellow player who passed away at 50 years old. We were doing it before he tragically left us, and we'll be doing it long after. Third down. Sure. Handoff McChesney. Nothing. 4th down. Charleston gets off the field, unless Denver wants to make things interesting, but with the wind in their face, I don't think so.
Yeah, I think you punt here, Cam. It's a 4th and a very long 3 yards. You really go for it and try if you are. No, they were not, but daring enough, you could do so. This is not field goal range by any stretch. So great stop by Charleston. Bent but not break.
Punt is away from Denver. Huge for the Predators' momentum here to start the second half. Great job on the tail end of that play. Mike Dynamite inside the 5.
Great job, and Denver has had a very good pass rush as of late. Destroyer has gotten to the quarterback, so this is serious safety danger here for the Charleston Predators. Keith Swearingen has -1 yard, or has about a yard rushing. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do. Do they dare to throw because that's their strength, or do they run it to try to get out of the shadow of the goal, of their own goal posts?
8:07 to go in the third quarter. 1st down and 10 now at the 5. The handoff goes to Swearingen, and Swearingen can't pick anything up. Tackle made by Nick Kindler, and I think there also at the tail end of that play was Logan Mack, who has a sack. 2nd down.
Yeah, the Denver Nightwings are doing a fantastic job. That's the 7th, Keith Swearingen's 7th attempt, and nothing doing. And on 2nd and 10, they might try it again, Ken.
Simon's top of the screen. Here comes Swearingen on a stretch. And Swearingen tried to make a miss. And a tremendous stop from Matt Papineau will push him back to about the 4.5, marked officially as no gain. But this Denver run defense, impressive tonight.
Very much so. And this is very dangerous, because Charleston doesn't have those 4 wide receiver sets. They rely on having very good on 1st and 2nd downs, so let's see how they do on 3rd and long.
Taylor and Da Vinci off to the right side. They're going to hand it off to Swearingen. Play conservatively. That defense has held up strong, and that'll be a punt for Charleston, their 2nd, 3rd, and out of the night. Lloyd and Wiseman combined to make the stop, and that will be the punter, Wally Saddle, coming out to boot it away.
And that's about the second best thing that you can have out of Denver into the halftime. If you don't flip the field position, as Denver will be already in scoring range here.
This is Battle on the return right into Jackman range at the 36-yard line. Still tied, 6:37 to go in the third quarter. Don't go anywhere. Denver, Charleston all knotted up. This is the SFL Crowd Play Game of the Week on 11 Sports and for the fans. 6:37 to go in the third quarter, alongside Max Paul and Art Vandelay on stats. Ramos Lynn providing analysis. I'm play-by-play commentator Cameron Irvine. Charleston jumps off sides, and Denver will probably take the yards. And along with our statisticians and our analysts and our play-by-play commentators every week, we also have help from what we call Master Control, who helps us produce these television broadcasts. It is not easy producing on TV, and also not easy producing and calling the game at the same time, but Connor Blanchett helping us out at Master Control tonight and helping us get through commercial breaks. It takes a village, Ramos. There's so many people involved in these projects, and we love bringing these games to you every week.
Yeah, a lot of stuff going behind the scenes.
Second down and 1 at the 28-yard line for Charleston, as that pass is caught by Logan Keel. Makes a move, picks up 10 yards for the first down. Miller's up to a $192. Just like that Denver's in the red zone.
Yeah, great job by Miller recognizing the deep coverage and just throws it into the shallow cross and gets a first down. And what Denver really wants here is not to turn the ball over. They want to get some points and get the lead. Look out for the swing pass here on the far side, Cam.
First down and 10 at the 18-yard line. Miller, almost picked off. McChesney gets a shoulder from the defender, Corey Menner. They call him Chief, and he was a chief on that play for sure.
You know, I say, look out for it, and it seems that Corey Menner, he was completely ready for that play, and they may try it now to the near side. Let's see if the other corners are ready.
Second down and 12 at the 19-yard line, and McChesney's pass is caught for a 1-yard pickup. Zanardi on the stop. Also with us tonight, Mike Cusano from Crowd Play. If he's asked any questions that have stumped you tonight, it's all his fault. But seriously, a wonderful job running Crowd Play every week on the back end for us and giving you a chance to win some money. So thanks to Mike, another member of our expert crew tonight from Charleston. Third down and 11. Miller, play fake, and the pass is incomplete. Looking for R.E. Mills, who's gone quiet since the first quarter, and Jack Brown laid the wood. Fourth down coming up, and another Jackman field goal.
Yeah, what a job by Jack Brown. He's been very good in run support, but this time going deep in basically like a Tampa 2 coverage where the linebacker just sinks and goes deep in coverage. The fullback, R.E. Mills, the intended receiver, and he could not get the catch for a touchdown.
Our apologies. Jeffrey Dugard beat the crowd at halftime. Our mistake there. 35-yard field goal for Jackman is up and good, and Denver has taken a 20-17 advantage with 4:46 to go in the third.
You know, and this is really what Denver wants. They want to get the lead, of course, here in the third quarter and just basically control it from there. They've done a good job against the Charleston offense, especially to stop the deep throws. And, Keith Swearingen has had no success on the ground. So they've made the Charleston offense a one-trick pony, essentially, in this game. And Denver responding very well to the pass now.
Jackman to kick the ball away. Will be returned by Dulake, 1 yard deep in the end zone. And Dulake got about a half a block, I guess, and gets out to the 20-yard line. Updated standings has Drew M. in the lead here on Crowd Play, 180.17. Thomas D's got 177 points. Danica Z, 170. Cheryl C, 169.17. And Jack Brown, I think, now in fifth place at 166. Balling on and off the field here tonight. First down and 10 at the Charleston 20 as Drew drops deep. Back to pass. Going long, Maccaro. Caught! Maccaro turns the corner around and has a first down to the Denver 35-yard line. Tackle made by Vasquez at the end, and Maccaro's got 83.
Yeah, and then that's the first time they hit him deep since the first quarter in the first possession when Jay Taylor got a 67-yard touchdown.
Oh.
And yeah, that was not played bad by Papano, but just unable to put a hand on it, and Maccaro just jumps up and gets it.
Got him turned around just a bit. Sector 6 is the official apparel provider of the Simulation Football League, and replica jerseys are out now. Get your name on the back of your team's or your fan favorite team's jersey, and visit team stores and libraries for purchase options through sector6apparel.com or through our website at simulationfl.net. Just hit the shop button. Just hit the turbo. Just hit the stiff arm for Swearingen. He picks up 7.
Good play by Swearingen. That looked like it was going to be another Swearingen no-gain play, but again, a spin and a stiff arm getting 7 yards, and that's a very important play in this drive as they get into Amanda Moyer's field goal range. And in 2nd and 3, even though it has not worked, I would like to see them run the ball here, Cam.
2nd and 3, Swearingen's in the backfield. Linebackers up a little bit on the right and offside. Free play. Play action off the audible. Pass caught Swearingen. First down to the 21-yard line. First time we've seen anything like that from the Predators tonight, and it's effective, and we'll move the sticks again.
Yeah, and it's a very good play as we are going to take a look at Ref 62 here, but it's basically like another run play. It's similar to like a shovel pass or something like that. It's just a play action and just hand it off to the man on the midfield. So good play design by Charleston, getting the first down as they are close to the red zone now.
Our cameraman, a little nerdy for scoreboards there in the stadium. Fort Moultrie, a beautiful facility here for Charleston. And very interestingly, Charleston better on the road than at home this season. 2-2 on the road, 1-2 here at home, looking for their second home victory as Swearingen is going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Wiseman on the tackle. And for a linebacker, Ramos, he makes more tackles at or behind the line of scrimmage than I think any linebacker I've seen all season.
Yeah, I agree. And what Denver does, and especially him, is that they can make one-man tackles. They don't need to like overwhelm the running back with players. One-on-one, the linebackers and the safeties make very short tackles.
Offside again for Denver. That pass is caught out of bounds by Simons, but Denver feeling a little pressure here late in the third quarter. They really have not been in a ton of close games this season. This one is.
Yeah, it really is. And when you're on the road, primetime football is just a little bit different than being at home on a regular Sunday game. So, the pressure is on them. They have a lead, but Charleston. That's why this is a pick and game. It's just predicted to be very, very close. Charleston is very good again, as we said, at home against teams on the West Coast.
2nd and 5 of the 15. Meanwhile, Charleston they know one-possession games like the back of their hands. 6 of their 7 this season have been one-score games. They're 3-3 in those contests. 2nd down and 5, handoff Swearingen. Best run of the night, Swearingen side cut, but a flag there late. That may be coming back as Swearingen just at the end cut it out to the outside.
They may be a clipping here, Cam.
Ramos Stradamus 2 for 2. That is not good for the Predators. That penalty's on Simons on the outside.
Yeah, a very, very strange penalty. Maybe we're going to get a replay here, but a very uncommon penalty, especially for a wide receiver, as it seemed that he was completely away from the play. But either way, 2nd and 15 now. Charleston in a tough position as we may look at a short pass to a tight end here.
They say clipping, but mostly in the SFL, that's a block in the back. As Drew drops back long, then checks it down to Swearingen. Swearingen with some running room, and Shifty out in the flat picks up a few yards. It'll set up a 3rd down and 12, still trying to make up for that penalty with 90 seconds to go in the third.
And we go back to the same thing. What do? Do you try to test this defense deep with Buchanan Simons or with Jake? Just take a check down and play for the field goal as, a common 2 tight end set. They may want to do a deep pass to one of the tight ends in a post route here, Ken.
3rd and 12. Rock Simons there, top of your screen. He was going to run a post. Great call, Ramos, but instead Drew quickly cut it down to Swearingen. What was the pressure looking like? I was watching Simons on that route running a post down the field.
It was not too much. It just seems that he's space in front of him, and TD Drew just tried to dump it off to his running back and see if Swearingen could make a magic play, but didn't work out. Either way, they can take the field goal and tie this game. So not a call by any means.
That's the second time in field goal range we've seen Drew go conservative on third down to protect and preserve the opportunity at points. Now with 41 seconds to go in the third, it's 20-20.
How about the Jack Stats guys? I mean, they have the over 7.5. They are 4 points away from that, which is a couple touchdowns in a field goal with still a quarter left and a pick 'em. So, they couldn't decide who was the favorite, who was going to win the game, and I see why 20-20 as we all almost done with the third quarter.
You can catch the SFL live every July through October and every January through April over the weekends and Monday nights on 11 Sports for the Fans and the SFL's YouTube and Twitch channels. Follow at Simulationfl on Twitter to always get the most up-to-date broadcast dates, times, and matchups so you don't miss a moment of the action. YouTube houses all of our archives, so if you ever miss a game throughout the week, or you miss your favorite team play, or maybe your favorite team play didn't play on TV that week, you can always catch it on our YouTube channel. That pass is swatted away. Nice job by Zach Bates, who's been quiet tonight in the slot there for Charleston. Second down.
Yeah, he has, but a good play. If he is one step in, that goes for 6. It's going to be very important for Denver to take care of the ball and just get what the defense is giving him and not force anything deep, as Josh Miller already has 2 interceptions. They may want to run the ball here with McChesney.
8 down near the box, only one single high safety over to the left, and that's where McChesney runs, and Jack Brown gets a 3-yard loss. They aligned Reese over to that side, and Denver ran into a bunch of Predators in black.
Yeah, what a play by Jack Brown right there, staring very and a great job, underrated by Maurice Lloyd, the strong safety. Very good fundamental football. Has to, instead of go to the running back, just try to counter block and go as deep as you possibly can on the outside. Great job.
Miller, deep ball to Jones, and he overshot him. A rare misfire for Miller, although he's had some trouble in the second half. Now 21 of 30. And Denver will have to punt the football for just the second time this evening.
Great job by Charleston's defense again, just playing the deep post perfectly. 2 men were right there, and it was probably a better thing that Josh Miller overthrew it, because that could have been intercepted, as Charleston will have very good field position, maybe close to scoring position in Denver territory.
The community thought Denver would win tonight here on the road, 71.8%. That is a lopsided number as Dulake spins into Denver territory, and that's where Charleston will start their possession. The Nightwings at 6-1, 3 games ahead of Charleston right now in the standings. They are a half game behind Louisiana for the best record in the SFL, and with a loss, they would fall into a 6-2 clump that includes Baltimore, Sioux Falls, and Jacksonville.
And it's a very spread formation, but they like to. I think this is going to be a run.
3 for 3 for Ramostradamus, and that's a 5-yard pickup for McChesney. Tackle at the end made by Josh Vasquez. You can't hire him because he already owns a team in Mexico City. Denver 20, Charleston 20. That's the end of the third quarter. You're watching the SFL Game of the Week on 11 Sports and For the Fans, presented by Crowd Play. Don't go anywhere. 20 here from Fort Moultrie Memorial. Max Paul and Art Vandelay, along with Ramos Lynn and yours truly, Cameron Irvine, here on the mic. Second down and 5 in the fourth quarter in a tie game at 20. Drew's pass caught by Taylor. First down to the 37-yard line. Nearly got his head taken off by Kindler, but Taylor makes his first catch since his 67-yard touchdown and dance moves into the end zone.
Very impressive play. That's like an outside hook and just good enough for a first down. A beautifully designed play right there.
10.5 to go now in the fourth quarter. 4-3 look for Denver, and Troyer makes the stop. A 1-yard loss, and Drew pounds his fist into the grass, and Troyer, that's littering, throws his beer can on the turf.
Good play, and you know, this is again a very important set of downs. 2nd and 11, the ball not good for field goal range. The wind is on your face with a spread formation. Look for the slants here to the tight end, or maybe an outside, like an out route, a short out route.
Drew fires it, slant instead, and Maccaro picks up 9, but he was fleshed out of the pocket. And if I'm Charleston right now, I'd want to get 7 here, because you never want to be in a position where Jackman can win the game with the wind at his back.
Oh, no, absolutely. Absolutely. And it seemed that could have been also to Jay Taylor as he tried to stretch for the ball. A good throw to the underneath guy for a good gain. And a 3rd and 1. Maybe try to run it here with Swearingen. I know it hasn't worked, but at 3rd and 1, you cannot fault them if they do.
Hand off Swearingen, stretch play left, got to make a man miss, and he does! Get off me! First down to the 23-yard line. Swearingen with the guttiest run of the night.
And a gutsy call here for the Predators. I mean, 3rd and 1 normally is a slam dunk run, but against this Denver defense isn't, and they just trust the man either way. First down and 10, getting close to the red zone, and you know, Charleston moving the ball methodically very, very well in this drive.
First and 10 at the 23. The drive started at the 47-yard line. This is the 6th play. Swearingen hurdles Troyer, who blew up the play in the backfield, and that's what led to everything being destructive for Charleston, a 1-yard loss.
Yeah, and that's Denver's defense just overpowering the Charleston blocking right there, as the guard was not there quick enough for the block. And 2nd and 11, you know, spread formation, maybe a quick out here for Charleston.
2nd down 11, flip outside, that's an out. That's Da Vinci. Da Vinci wrapped up in the open field, but not before he gets into the red zone at the 17-yard line. Kindler on the stop to set up a 3rd and manageable 4. Charleston is 4 for 9 on 3rd down tonight, as is Denver.
And Da Vinci with a lot of space, a lot of respect for that man. He has a lot of speed, and obviously you do not want for him to get you deep, and so a lot of respect for him.
3rd and 4 at the 17. 7 in the box for Denver. They're going to run. Stretch play left. Swearingen, he's not going to get there. Tackle to the 14-yard line, wrapped up by Leopold. And Swearingen, who has just 15 yards on 15 carries, cannot get it done on 3rd down for the Preds. They'll kick a field goal.
And the guard has to run some sprints here, Cam, because he had the responsibility of getting in front of the running back and get a block. Will they go for this?
Whoa, that would be something. Drew on 4th down and 2.
Doesn't look like it.
Would they actually burn? Oh, wow, they burn a timeout. Now,
Too soon.
Too soon, I agree, because to Charleston's credit, Denver has jumped off sides twice in the second half, so Alan Armadas thought that he might have had a chance there to get a jump. That is a critical timeout.
It is. In a close game like this, you know, you need as many resources as you can get, and timeouts are obviously at a premium here. But either way, they will be able to kick a field goal and get the lead, as you know, Denver has been pretty good offensively. They've been able to move the ball methodically down the field, but Charleston has been very good against the deep pass so far.
More for conservative play calling in field goal range. That kick was almost blocked, but the field goal is good for Charleston, so now only a field goal would tie. The Predators regain the lead, 23-20. It's anybody's ball game on the Crowd Play Game of the Week. We're back on 11 Sports and for the fans on the other side of the break. 7:25 to go in the fourth quarter. And Charleston has a 3-point advantage in the final quarter of week number 8. Unless we go to OT, high kick to Battle from the goal line. Bryce Battle gets a block and gets out to the 20. Ramos, if Charleston can win the ball game, this schedule down the stretch is winnable. Fort Worth, Portland, Florida, 2-3 at home their next 3 games.
Yeah, and Fort Worth has shown very hot or cold. Portland has a good defense, but they still need to find their mojo. And Florida at home is a very, very important one. As I agree. If they can get to 4-4, this could be a playoff team.
They have Jacksonville in week 12. That pass from Miller caught by Keel. On the other side for Denver, also a winnable slate. Not a team over 500 in the next 3 games. Queen City, but a couple on the road, including that game at Las Vegas and Vice Wars. That is not going to be easy.
No, not easy. And Vegas plays at home extremely well. I got to call a game against Portland, and they shut down the Portland Fleet. They won 16-0, and that defense, can be very ferocious with that incredible secondary that they got.
2nd down and 5. Hand off to McChesney again, and Sabolka wraps him up at the line of scrimmage along with Hoffman. No gain for McChesney, and McChesney's last 6 runs, 5-3, 0-9, 5-0 there.
Yeah, that's very good here for Charleston. And look up for the fullback here, Ari Mills, Cam. Here's a man that they could target.
Play fake. Mills, first down. How does he do it? To the 33-yard line for Denver.
That's a 3-2, Cam, right there. It's a 3-2 defense, and you have only 2 linebackers. If you can get a good pass in the middle of the field, the fullback could get that, and that's exactly what Josh Miller saw.
First down and 10 at the 33-yard line. Trips off the right side. Miller will fire out on an in and out for Keel. Keel fighting for the first down, and they're going to give it to him. That is a tough spot for Johnny Bravo, who made a great tackle.
Yeah, he did a great tackle. I agree with the call. It's very, very close, but I think the ball was just over the line by just a smidge. And I agree with Charleston not challenging this one, because if they fail, they only have 1 timeout for the rest of the game.
We play on. Great point. That timeout from the last drive could have been the deciding factor there. Play action for Miller. Fires over the middle. Mills, and Brown could have had a pick, and he almost knocked it right into an offensive lineman's hands. 2nd down, but a missed opportunity for Brown.
That's crazy. That's very, very unlucky here for the Predators. As if Jack Brown gets that interception, I don't think he goes all the way, but he definitely puts the Charleston Predators, in scoring position, as now they go in a tight set, and they dare to run the ball and try to get it a short 3rd down here.
5:35 to go in the 4th. 2nd down, hand off McChesney. Oh, fake the whole Predators defense out. McChesney got the first down. About 3 guys looking for McChesney off the left side, and he was going right up the gap.
Wow, what a job on the blocking here by the Denver Nightwings. As gets past the line, and he has nobody to block him because the offensive line has done all the job for him. As Jerry McChesney gets the first down, and this is such a clutch play here for the Denver Nightwings as they get to the Charleston territory.
McChesney's longest run of the night is 11, but Denver down 3 with a chance to win the ball game here with 5:05 to go. Hand off McChesney again, trying to wear down Charleston. They are not backing down. A 1-yard loss. Hoffman and Reese in the backfield.
Good job and good discipline here by the Charleston defensive linebacker, trying to stay out as much as possible and not allowing the running back to get to the edge, bottling him down on the middle of the field, getting the tackle. Good play as they may try to swing it out to their far side here, Cal.
2 receivers, bottom of the screen. Another handoff to McChesney will set up a 3rd down and 10. Going McChesney heavy a little bit more in the second half. That is his 30th touch of the ball game. Miller does have 34 passes.
Yep, and pretty balanced here for Jerry McChesney. Has 22 rushing attempts and 21 receptions, and just has been the motor of this offense here in the second half.
3rd and 10. Miller, slant, off the helmet, incomplete. Looking down the field for Brandon Battle, the fourth receiver on the depth chart, and they are out of field goal range, and Lily Long has to punt the football.
And there's a couple of things here, Cam. Denver has the win on their side, so this could be a pretty decent punt. And also, Charleston right now is not made to play with the wind because their run game has not been successful. Swearingen, 14 carries, 14 yards. So it's been the Predators passing the ball, and if the Nightwings can stop that pass, they can get the ball back with about 3 minutes left.
Long's punt inside the 10 will bounce inside the 5, sliding to make the play. They stop the ball from going in the end zone, down at the 3. Another play by Mike Dynamite to take us to break. Same guy.
What a play. Yeah, what a play.
Charleston's at the 3. You're watching the SFL's Crowd Play Game of the Week on 11 Sports and For the Fans. We'll be right back. .3:59 to go in the fourth quarter. Charleston up on Denver 23-20, pinned back in their own end zone, and Leopold will not allow them to get anything. Swearingen with only a gain of 1 in our crowd play game to win a share of the $1,000 prize pool is just as close as this one tonight, Ramos. Drew M, 262.67 points, and Jack B, 1.67 points behind Drew on the leaderboards.
Yeah, what a great finish right there also in the crowd play, and I think they will.
2nd and 9 at the 4. 3:25 to go in the fourth. Handoff, Swearingen dropped by Wiseman in the backfield. Ball back at the 3-yard line. 3rd down and 10. Do you dare to throw it here, Ramos?
I don't. No, it's so close to your end zone. If you're getting intercepted, that's easy 3 points at very least, and most likely a touchdown. I will just run it. I'll just bite the bullet and just run it, play defense.
7 in the box for Denver. Simon's bottom of the screen. Drew with a heavy line to the left. Taking a lot of time off the clock. Hand off to Swearingen. Spins away. And Swearingen actually gets a 3 critical yards. We'll see where the punter ends up lining up, but that could be big.
Yeah, it really could. Denver has been close a couple of times to blocking a punt. Giving that a little bit more space to your punter if you're Charleston is crucial. And, I'm beating a dead horse right now, but the win, again, on Denver's side here, and they're going to be already in scoring position for Kramer Jackman because the return game has been pretty decent here for Denver.
Now it's up to Charleston's defense to not give up a touchdown. Into the wind with his back foot on the end zone end line. The punt is away. Battle is the returner. Bryce from the 35-yard line, and Bryce will get a couple more to the 33. So the Nightwings now in field goal range and 33 yards away from a road victory here in Charleston.
If I'm Denver, Cam, I'm running the ball here on first down, maybe up the middle, nothing fancy, nothing out of extraordinary, just secure that field goal range and then go from there. They may run it off tackle, though, here to the near side.
And creeping up into the box, Corey Menor expecting that. Now Miller audibling to exactly that. Menor gets blocked up. Hoffman cleans it up from the front side. Only a 2-yard gain. We've hit the 2-minute warning. The game is on the line. In the Crowd Play Game of the Week on 11 Sports and for the fans. We'll be right back. Plenty of close games in Week 8. We had 2 last night when Florida beat Tulsa 12-6 in a game full of field goals. London held on to beat Carolina 34-27. Vegas lost to St. Louis in overtime 26-23 as McChesney dropped in the backfield by Zanardi to set up a 3rd and 11.
Very lucky Denver in too far back. He's still field goal range here for Kramer Jackman, but what a job by Tommy Sonardi making the stop one-on-one. Estebolca just destroyed an offensive lineman, but, good job by Charleston. And look for this Lance here, Cam, to the tight end.
So Bolka's been playing awesome tonight. Miller going long down the sideline. It's caught by Keel at the 14-yard line over the outstretched arms of Johnny Bravo. Keel makes a monstrous play.
That's the guts play of the game right there as Logan Keel runs past the corner. Johnny Bravo just out of his outstretched arms and getting the first down. And Denver is not playing games right now. They want to score a touchdown. They want to win this game. And on 1st and 10, obviously Charleston has a lot of space to make a stop. But, that offense from Denver looking very promising so far. Look for another slant route here, Cam.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line, 1:35 to go. Denver has 3 timeouts, Charleston with 2. Play action, Miller. Miller looking for down the middle. I thought it was for Mills. I think it was for Battle. Hoffman knocked it away and nearly got the pick.
Wow, that's extremely dangerous. Obviously, you like the matchup, linebacker, but the linebacker there with excellent field, position on the play, making the stop. And I think if you're Denver, you run it here on 2nd down, or you just throw a dump pass to the near side, keep it in bounds.
Cannot afford a turnover here. McChesney is put down by Hoffman. Hoffman angrily putting McChesney to the ground after he could have possibly sealed the game with a pick. Look at that yards per carry for McChesney. 2.9. Stellar job by the Predator defense.
Yeah, really, really good job. And a 3rd and 10 goes to the same thing. And it, look out for Bryce Battle here, Cam, running across a route, to the middle of the field.
3rd and 10, a minute to go. Miller on an audible play action. Miller going to the sideline. Safe play to Keel. Pass caught. They'll kick the field goal and play some defense.
Yeah, but that's terrible that he stepped out of bounds and he got out of bounds. That's 1 minute for Charleston with 2 timeouts, which is a lot of time, especially when you have guys like Buchanan, Simons, in a blink of an eye can get you for 50 yards. So Denver has to kick this field goal, of course, tie the game, but Charleston has a very, very good opportunity to win it in regulation.
Wow, you're right. That is huge. They could have been 20 seconds on the clock if he doesn't go out of bounds, and instead it's tied with 57 seconds left and 2 timeouts.
Yeah, I mean, if you keep it in bounds, Charleston will have to call a timeout but 1 timeout less, which is very important when you're trying to run a 2-minute drive, or in this case, a 1-minute drive. So, depending on this return, which actually we may not have, as on this side, we are getting a lot of touchbacks.
Probably a touchback here for Dulake, especially with Jackman's leg, and it is. That takes 2 seconds off the clock. Got to kneel faster, Dulake. 55 seconds left in a tie game at 23. Swearingen has been ineffective. 17 yards, 17 carries. However, 35 yards on 8 receptions. The leading receiver is Maccaro with 93 yards on 5 grabs. Taylor, who's only caught his 1 reception on 4 targets, was a 67-yard touchdown. And here's Drew out of the shotgun. 4-3 defense. Drew over the middle of the field, caught Taylor. Pickup of 6, they'll go no huddle.
Yeah, and look out for Buchanan Simons here, Cam. It's an underneath pass, but they have been set up a long pass 14.
40 seconds left. Drew, check down. Swearingen has some room, but took a while to get going. Fighting for the sideline, and he got there. What an effort, and they mark him short of the first down. You have to review that. Swearingen gets out on a 3rd and inches.
Yeah, and it's going to be a booth review, if any, because obviously you're under 2 minutes, so Charleston cannot challenge this one. And that's very important. It's 3rd and inches. That's crazy. That's 3rd and inches now. And the important thing is get the first down. Even if it's across the middle, you need to get a first down. Call a timeout. You have 2 of them.
Terrible call by the officials. Swearingen sidecar left. They're going to throw. Outside. Caught. Maccaro, first down. The pass was low and away. Exactly where it needed to be for Ken. And Charleston won't have to worry about a bad spot costing him the game.
Yeah, that's very good play design here for Charleston. Just out right. The important thing. Stopping the clock with 33 seconds left. And basically what you do, Cam, is just, say, how many yards do we need? Okay, we need about 30 yards, and we have about 4 or 5 plays. Just try to get 8 yards at a time and get into field goal range.
33 seconds left. Drew fires outside Simons. Caught out of bounds. 2nd and 5. They only need 3 points. The wind is in their face, though. So what do you think, Ramos, about the 30 of Denver? Maybe 30 more yards?
About 31, 32-ish sounds about right. A little bit under 50 yards for Amanda Moyer sounds about right. And if I'm Charleston, I don't have to go exactly to the sideline right now. I can, if a pass is, open middle of the field, I can go with it. Look out for Jay Taylor here, Cam.
New questions on crowd play. Drew M is 19 points ahead of winning. 2nd down and 5. Pass into traffic, incomplete. Looking for Da Vinci. Taylor was open on the crosser, and it's 3rd and 5.
Very dangerous throw. As now with a 3rd and 5, what do you do if you're Charleston? Of course, you want to get a first down and keep the ball moving, but if you throw the ball deep down the field, you're forcing an interception. So let's take a look at this formation here for Charleston. It's going to be 2 receivers, 2 tight ends, as they normally do. Probably they're going to try to get Maccaro here. A lot of space between the corner and him.
3rd and 5 at the 40. Drew fires out route. Maccaro going to turn the corner. He does, but short of the first down. Heck of a play on the sideline by Matt Papineau, and that one, I think, Ramos, is a good spot. Maccaro over 100, but it's 4th and 1. And
yeah, definitely a good spot. Yeah, and you have to punt, and it's definitely a very good spot right there. Do not cross the line for a first down, as Charleston gets a major stop and bearing a blocked punt. I think we are poised for overtime here, Cam.
Matt Papineau saves the game for the Nightwings, potentially, as Battle back to return from his 20-yard line. Battle spins, hold on to the ball, my goodness. 15 seconds left, and now it's in the hands of Josh Miller. 26 of 38 for 240 tonight. A touchdown and a couple of picks. Going for broke here.
I'm not trying anything dumb here, Cam. I mean, I'm not sure if it's overly conservative, but I'm just running the ball here with Chesney, or just a dump off to him or something like that. I am not throwing the ball deep. And this may be a pass across the middle. It's going to be very dangerous.
An interception could put Charleston right into field goal range. They give it off to McChesney. McChesney is doubled up. Timeout, Denver. Really nice defense there from Charleston. If he gets loose, there's trouble ahead.
Yeah, there really is. And Denver calling a timeout. They have 2 left. So, that you can still get a pass middle of the field. I think Denver is trying to get into Hail Mary position and try to win the game in regulation with a last-second throw. But look for a Bryce Battle here.
2nd and 7 at the 25, 11 seconds left. Play action. Miller going long. It is caught at the 38-yard line into Jackman range. What a throw to Giacomo Jones.
Unbelievable. And how does that happen? How does that happen? You have to play basically prevent defense here as Josh Reese is not deep enough. What is he doing?
What a throw.
Man, and again, I've said it all game long. Jackman has the win on his side. It's on its back. It's a heavy win. 55 yards. His career long is 56. This is within his range.
55-yarder for Kramer Jackman to win the game in walk-off fashion on the road for the 2nd time this year. They did it at Portland. Jackman with a good snap. Kick is good from 55. Yes, it is! Denver wins and improves to 7-1.
Hashtag kickers matter, Cam. Hashtag kickers matter. As Jackman, that was good from 57, and Denver gets a major win on the road. Probably their best win all year, if I'm being honest.
Denver keeps pace with Louisiana and sends Charleston tumbling down to 3-5 behind the mess at 4-4. Fighting in the last 4 weeks for a playoff spot. Another heartbreaker for Charleston, their 4th one-possession loss this season. And Denver with a miraculous throw to Giacomo Jones and a Jackman field goal wins it. Unbelievable.
Wow, and I say, overly conservative, you just run the ball, take it to overtime, but no, this is a champion team. They just got an unbelievable throw to Giacomo Jones, who was pretty quiet all game long, to be fair. Only 4 catches at the end of it. But what an unbelievable play call there. And if you're Charleston, you have to be sick because, you had at least a chance to overtime and just did not cover the deep throw.
Road teams go 6-5 this week in week 8. And Denver improves to 7-1. I agree with you, Ramos. I think probably their best win of the season, considering that Charleston, they were going for broke here tonight. It's not that they needed a win, but a win would have done so much for strength of victory tiebreakers and all of those things. And that is crushing now. 1-3 at home as Charleston and Denver now, I think, can officially say that they are championship contenders amongst kind of that group of 5 up top, and they're not going anywhere.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. This is a team that is balanced all around, Cam. They run the ball exceptionally well with McChesney. They can really throw the ball very well with Josh Miller. They have basically another wide receiver in Ari Mills, because that's basically the position he plays half of the time. Destroyer is a force in the middle of the line. They have great safety play, great corner play. They are a very complete team, and 7-1 record proves.
Player of the game, Jared McChesney, 24 carries. He had 69 on the ground, 55 through the air. That's 124 all-purpose yards. It was tough sledding tonight for McChesney, but he gets it done, and Josh Miller wins my player of the game just for that throw. Final thoughts, Ramos?
I agree with you. Josh Miller, for me, also gets player of the game. Carried his team to a win, and Denver won an amazing win
for Jackman with the field goal. Drew M., our crowd play winner tonight. He held on for the photo finish, and for all of us at the Simulation Football League, Max Paul and Art Vandalay on stats. Ramos Lynn holding it down in the booth. He was on tonight. I'm Cameron Irvine, and this has been the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and For the Fans. We'll see you back here on Saturday. Good night from South Carolina.